This is why I call them a mafia. It is an alphabet mafia. They extort, they blackmail, they threaten. I'm a big fan of the movie Godfather. Anybody else, Godfather? You wake up with the horse's head in your bed. It's not a joke. You wake up with a rainbow flag on your mailbox. You're marked for extermination. These people are zealots. They'll hunt your family down. I'm not joking. I have full-time security because the trans zealots want to murder me. Right, Riley? They took her hostage at a Turning Point event. These are not peaceful people. These are not polite people. A lot of them are pharmaceutically deranged, okay? They're mentally disturbed people, and we give them these unbelievably powerful pharmacological compounds, which, by the way, they go on to shoot up schools like in Nashville or attempt to shoot them up in Colorado. By the way, where's the trans manifesto in Nashville of the shooter that killed a bunch of young Christian kids? Where'd that manifesto go? It's weird how that disappeared. No, these people are zealots. They're not live and let live. They're mentally disturbed people that want to murder many of us, okay? And we act as if this is some sort of a debate, like, oh, we can win them over. No, we must prevent them from being able to participate in these athletics, from going into locker rooms, and stop cowering to the mafia. Stop giving these terrorists what they want. They're holding our entire country hostage. Okay, so Riley, two things. Number one, talk about how this is, your story, the accusation or the criticism that some of these people would say, oh, that's bad, but it's just isolated. But Riley, you weightlifting in Canada, track championships in Connecticut. I hope, and Riley will do a much better job than I am riffing. This is widespread in sports of all ages, all different athletics. Riley Gaines.
To believe the narrative that it's a non-issue and that it's not happening, just as you mentioned in your opening, that's how we got here, is because we believed that for too long. That could not be further from the truth. It's happening in every sport, every state, every level, every division. And I know this because I get the messages. I get the messages from the young girls who are dealing with this. They're in 6th grade, they're playing basketball, yet they have boys on their middle school basketball team. They don't know what to do. I get the messages from the parents who literally will call me crying watching their daughters get obliterated in their sport, knowing their daughter is being exploited in a locker room. I get the calls from the coaches who don't know what to do, who don't know how to defend their athletes. I get them all the time, daily. And it would break your all's heart if you read these messages, just like it does mine, which is why I feel so passionately about fighting for this. Because again, I see what's at stake if we don't. For too long, we've been kept in the dark, and for too long, we didn't have someone to defend us, to really act as a megaphone for us. I could list 100 examples, seriously, off the top of my head right now. I won't bore you, I promise you. They're there, it's happening constantly. And to believe the lie that I see all the time. I travel state to state and I testify on behalf of these fairness in women's sports bills being put forward. And that's the argument every time. Oh, we're just Nebraska. We only have 4 trans athletes in this state. No, that's a lie. You have 4 recorded trans athletes. Same thing with the NCAA. They say there's only 32 trans athletes in the NCAA. That's a lie. There's a D3 diver who I just heard about. There's a male on the lacrosse team at Syracuse and all of these other schools. To believe that it's not happening is to totally fall right into their hand.